Hi everybody, today we're going to continue working on our vase and flower composition. This is an example of the final project that we are doing, and today what we're going to do is make the vase and the stems with the leaves. So what we want to do is take a look at our 4 filters that we painted last time and pick out the one you want for your vase. That's my rainbow one. And pick out your green one for your stems. We're going to need that one too, but put this one off to the side for right now. Now the other 2, leave them completely intact and put them somewhere safe to use for the next class when we start to work on the flowers. These are your flower filters. So before we begin with these, we want to think about what we are doing. And I have an example here to show you. So the way this whole project works is you glue everything onto a white piece of construction paper. This is found in your art bag. It is thinner than the other white paper that's in that bag. It's 12 inches by 18 inches long. And you want to put it upright, so portrait view, not landscape sideways, obviously. So we want it to go up and down. And this is a vase that I made a while back with some stems in it. You can see that it kind of gives the impression of it looking like it's glass because you can see the stems through it. It's pretty cool, right? And we'll show you how to do the painting with that later. So let's just work on making a vase today. I have here my example that I'm going to show you how to draw 3 different styles of vases, and these are going to look really similar to ones you've seen in the past if you were in 1st grade with me. These were the vases that we used for our Matisse picture. So let's begin. Here is how you draw it onto a circle. So we're imagining that we're using the entire circle, as much of this coffee filter as we can. And you're going to draw on this with a pencil. Do not draw on this with a Sharpie. Always just use a pencil. You can erase on it, but draw very, very lightly so that you can erase if you have a mess up. But I'm going to show you on here, pretending that these are coffee filters, how to draw your shapes in that circle. So here we go. The first one is a circular vase. So what I'm going to do is going to start with the top. So this is going to be the mouth or the opening of the vase. And I made it a little bit curved because I'm thinking about how on the other side of it, it would be curved around again like that. This part actually gets cut off later. And I'll show you how we do that when we cut out our vases. Then I'm going to draw down and just a little bit in so that I can then start curving out and join up with the edge of the coffee filter. And I'm actually going to use this roundness of the coffee filter to continue. I'm going to look where I connected right here to the coffee filter and think of the spot directly across from it, and that's going to be where I start coming off the coffee filter and coming back in, or if I start here and work down, that's where I will connect. It's easier for me to start at the top, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to come in just a little bit like I did before, level out, start coming out to the side, and then come in and connect to the edge so that I get a similar vase. And yeah, we do want it to be round on the bottom, and that's because we want to give the impression that this is a 3-dimensional figure or object on a 2-dimensional surface. All right, let's do triangular. Now for this one and rectangular, you might want to use a ruler. Totally up to you. You do not have to. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the bottom. You don't really have to measure. So I'm just going to think about the bottom of the vase is going to be smaller than the top of the vase. So I'm just going to go up a little bit off the bottom of the circle right here. And I'll do it like this so you can see how much I would be cutting off. Okay, so this is a good amount. And now I'm going to angle my ruler to go up it needs to go out further, but I don't want to go like this because that means that wherever this connects right here, I would draw across. That'd be a very short vase. So I want to aim for the top as much as possible, but stay at an angle. All right. And before I just start drawing on the other side, I can actually use my ruler and think about where that might line up directly across. I think it would be about right here. Let's see. Make myself a little dot and then take a look. Does this look like it's making a triangular angle? It does. Doesn't have to be perfect, you guys. Okay. And then if it looks pretty good, if I'm happy with where they are across from each other, I just connect. Remember, this is all with your pencil, and then you can cut that out. All right, rectangular, a little bit easier. And you could measure for this one. That would make it really easy. So if you wanted to measure, you would do something like this. I'm gonna make a nice wide measurement for mine. It's going to be 4, see on this is a different size than this. So you would just have to kind of play with it. This might be, let's see, if I was gonna make a rectangular one, about 6 inches. 6 inches across is good. And you'll see we'll do 6 inches across at the top, and then you just connect them like this. On this little example sheet, I'll show you, I'll do it the same way, just with a different measurement. I'm gonna bring this down a little bit. Okay, so I'll do 4 inches because it's a smaller circle. So I make a little mark right here, right? And draw that across, good. And then I can go up here to the top and measure 4 inches across. Make sure it's parallel to this, more or less. It is kind of a rough drawing. And then you connect top to the bottom. So this was a really easy one. I feel like my lines were a little bit off, so I just made my own adjustment with my eyes. And there we go. Okay, and that is how you draw the vases onto your coffee filter. So I'll do a real one right now so that you can see how to draw it on your coffee filter. All right, I want my coffee filter vase to have all the colors on it. So let's see, I'm gonna have the purple at the bottom and the red at the top. Grab my pencil. I'm gonna do the round one. Drawing really lightly. And remember, draw into that curve. All right, and then from the other side, let's see if I can make a little match mark over here across from it. It's kind of what I'm aiming for. Okay, it is not perfect, and that is okay. That's the rough idea. Have fun making your vases, and then you can see how we're going to make our stems.